Welcome back to Alter Eagle. Today, we're coming to you on location from the heart of Zelienople at a place that's redefining what a burger joint can be. I'm sitting down with Fiore Moletz, the passionate and fearless mind behind Burghers, a local favorite known for bold flavors, locally sourced ingredients, and a mission that goes beyond the kitchen. From the way he runs his restaurants to the way he supports his community, Fiore's story is as rich and layered as the menu. Let's dig in. I'm sitting down with Fiore Moletz, the passionate and fearless mind behind Burghers, a local favorite known for... I like how you laugh when I said that.
Fearless. Mm-hmm.
Well, you also curate the menu at Delaterra. You were an integral part of that as well. How many years did you spend again in Italy?
On and off for maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you studied like cuisine there?
Northern Italian.
Northern Italian. Okay. I know Northern Italian. I've been there. All right. Well, thank you for taking time to sit down with me and being so patient as I get set up and for the burgers. So this is... Wait, what's this burger called again?
Forest Hills.
Forest Hills. This is my favorite burger. It's not on the menu at the moment, but he made it especially for me this morning. We're having burgers for breakfast, which is amazing. And are these the regular French fries or rosemary?
They're just regular, no rosemary.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking.
No, it's the fries are, and you also do you make your own ketchup?
We don't. We use like Heinz organic.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
Simply Heinz or something.
if you don't use Heinz and you live in the Pittsburgh area, what's the matter with you? What is,
Yeah.
you don't like it?
I'm not a ketchup person.
Oh, you're not? Well, you're mayonnaise with your fries.
Yeah.
Because when you asked me, I was like, that's right. People do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have to give it a shot. But this burger is my favorite because I love blue cheese. I love mushrooms. And there's greens on it. And it's just, the burgers are just, and there's honey on it.
Yeah.
So
It's in the forest.
it's in the forest.
Mhm.
Oh, well, that makes
Peas
sense.
and the greens.
The peas and the greens. And isn't there a song, tomatoes, potatoes? Okay. So just sitting down with you today, really wanted to feature this amazing restaurant. You have 3 locations now.
Let's see. We have a Burgers in Zelienople, a Burgers in Southside, a Burgers in Lawrenceville, and a Burgers in Millville.
Whoa.
Then we have a small little brewery that is going to change its role here soon in Zeli also. So 5 little locations for burgers.
I wouldn't say little. And then right down the road is Delaterra.
Yeah.
I don't think it's little. I think it's huge.
Millville's 14,000 square feet, so that's big.
Yeah, that's big. And I still need to get there and your south side
Mm-hmm.
location. I hear that one's always bumping, right?
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, what inspired you to start Burgers?
So I was working for a company, and I was fortunate enough to go to New York and have like a hamburger on every corner. Sort of like Starbucks, only burgers everywhere in New York City. And they're good burgers, and they're like thin smash burgers like this.
Yeah.
And I forgot about how much I liked hamburgers and how available they were. And so I went back to New York with my old boss from Il Pizzaiolo. And I decided that I was going to open a burger place in Pittsburgh because I wanted a darn good hamburger. So
Here we are.
here we are.
You know, was there a moment that you knew this was the path for you? And we were just discussing where you prefer to be when you work in the restaurant. Where's your hot spot? Where do you like to be?
Not people facing. I like to be in the kitchen, creating and doing things like that. Someone a long time ago told me to stick with what you know. And I knew food in the restaurant industry, I thought pretty well. It's all I've ever done. I've done other things, but restaurants were always in the mix every day. So, yeah, my old Ron Molinaro, my old boss at Il Pizzaiolo, kind of like gave me the confidence that I needed to do it. So I did it.
And when you originally opened, you had Delaterra and Burgers sort of in the same space down the road here, closer to Harmony, in that shopping center that's across from Bilo.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess one of the questions that I have that's not in my little notes here, which is why I'm stumbling over my words, is how was that having two restaurants like sort of in the same space, like side by side, I mean, did they feel like they were working cohesively together? Did you find a lot of people that came in and were like, oh, I don't know, are we going to do Italian? Are we going to do burgers? What are we doing? I've never was in that space, so I can't really speak to how it was laid out or anything. Was it pretty separate or?
Yeah, it was just right next. They were next door.
They were just right next door.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so easy.
That's cool.
2 incredible locations right next door. We, I think Della struggled a little bit when we were in the strip mall because everything at Della is farm to table, every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we have chefs that work really hard to make the dishes, and they had a hard time understanding why a meal was $30 in a strip mall. But after the years went by, it kind of settled into itself.
Mm-hmm. Word got out.
Yeah, I mean, 3 days into Burgers, we were like named best burger in Pittsburgh, 2010.
That's amazing.
So that was huge. And then we opened Della 3 years later out of spite.
Yeah. You're like, oh, really? Okay, well, let's see what happens here. I mean, and they're in that beautiful space. And how long did it, not to get off the subject of this location, did you both kind of move at the same time?
Mm-hmm. We were building them out at the same time. Burgers came first. We were like, I feel like we were like walking the grills, like pushing them on wheels up the street into the space just to get open.
Yeah.
Della Terra, Michelle and I were in Paris, like doing some research on Italian food in Paris.
I mean, hey.
Some of the coolest Italian restaurants were in Paris, Big Mama Group, and we were kind of building out Della Terra at the same time because that research was going on. So as soon as we came back, we just like hit the ground running here as well and just opened Della Terra and just went with it.
And I said this, I don't know if I told this to you, but I did tell Michelle this, that when I moved back and I was looking for somewhere to work, my cousin's like, you have to work at this place in Zelienople. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't lived in Pennsylvania in over 2.5 decades. So I was like, wait, what? So no, I want to work somewhere that's like, got it together, really, really excellent food, great service. She's like, no, this place, there's this restaurant. There's 2 of them actually. And she had mentioned this location as well. And the minute I walked in, I was like, done. The minute I walked in, I thought, this is gorgeous. This is really thought out. This is where I want to work, because it just gives you pride when you walk in somewhere and it looks like, even the aesthetics in here, it works. Like, it works so well, and it's just so cool and trendy. And
thank you.
So that's kind of going into my next question. You create a space that feels both elevated and grounded in community. Would you say that? What were you hoping people would experience walking in for the first time?
So we started Burgers for the reason I mentioned earlier, because I wanted a good hamburger. And I think Pittsburgh's market was missing that. And I also wanted to create a restaurant space for people to like change the idea of what it felt like to work in a restaurant. I worked all over the place and have so much PTSD from like chefs and just the culture that it was wrapped in, that restaurants are wrapped in. So I wanted to open up a space that you could come to work, make actual money, not have to worry about the stress and the abuse from ownership or staff or whatever the situation was.
Mm-hmm.
And like what you do, make money and afford to live.
Yeah.
Like, just like working in the restaurant. Not like, I don't want to go,
Absolutely.
So we did that. We started working, we started paying everybody over minimum, or like the server's wage. Like, it's still $2.83 an hour. That's insane.
Yeah, if you've worked in the service industry, it is.
Yeah, it's nuts. So we were like, let's double that, which still wasn't much, but it's what we could afford. Mm-hmm. And then our goal was to give healthcare to the staff. We finally were able to do that in 2018. Maybe it was 2019. I think it was, because then the pandemic hit.
How are we gonna?
And we did. We kept paying everyone's healthcare, and we opened Burgers to be that. And I say this sometimes, and people are like, what are you talking about? But we didn't really open for the customer. We opened for the people who enjoy this industry and they wanted to have a place to call home. Of course, the customers are the other part of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of reputations at Burghers, customer facing and employee facing. So I wouldn't change anything. I'm happy for what we did and what we continue to do.
Absolutely. Well, and why Zelienople? I don't know if we really got into that. I know you went to school with Jason Borkowski.
Yeah.
And that's how we connected.
Mm-hmm.
So Shaler.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you grew up in that area, but why Zelienople?
It's crazy. I grew up in Shaler. I was touring a space in Lawrenceville that we were going to purchase. And on the very last second of that space, it fell through. And I was pretty devastated. We were working with this space and then the URA. It was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I left that space, walked outside, and I got a strange phone call from my brother-in-law and said, hey, there's this guy in Zelienople who has a restaurant that needs to be taken over. It's yours if you want it. I'm like, there's no way.
Wow.
First of all, I live in Shaler. Zelienople's 30 miles away. But let's check it out. Michelle and I came up here, went to this place called Ryan Sports Dogs and the Creekside Plaza. It was as disastrous as the name sounded. They closed up and the landlord handed me the keys.
Wow.
It was interesting. We were closing. Michelle she was freaking out. We were closing on the lease. We're signing the lease, and she said, he's like, I need your $7,000 down payment for this. And I was like, well, I don't have that. And,
you're like, where was that?
Yeah, like I told you, we didn't have any money. And then, I talked to the landlord into letting me open anyways, and I paid him over like 3 months. So his name is Dave Kowalski, and he was an integral part of like my starting this company.
Mm-hmm.
He helped us out so much. There was no hesitation to start in Zelienople. It was just trying to figure out how we were going to do it logistically.
Yeah.
Plus, it put us close to all of our farmers that we used to use.
Yeah.
It's great, Crutchman Farms and all these other guys. So yeah, it worked out really well, and I love it. It's my home now.
It's crazy though how life does work out that way when we get our hopes set up on something and you're like at the final moment and then it falls through, and that call, I don't know, I just feel like it was like a divine intervention.
It was strange.
It was strange because I feel like Delaterra, and there's a lot of really wonderful things in this town. There are people who, have all these little there's shops, and you've got the community days, and there's so much that's happening in this town, but I feel like it wouldn't be the same without Delaterra and Burghers. Personally, to me, I mean, it's what brought me over here. I wouldn't have come here otherwise, to be totally honest. No knocking anyone else, but that was the reason why I came over here.
Yeah.
You're known for your commitment to local sourcing. You've talked a little bit about that. You've touched on it. Can you talk a little more about where your ingredients come from and why that's important to you? And you mentioned that it's becoming increasingly harder.
Mm-hmm. So we sell hamburgers, right? The margins are as high as they could possibly be, which leave zero money for us. And I'm not just saying that; it's a reality.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of food and goods has skyrocketed, and payroll's very high. Like we mentioned before, health care is important to me. So, for Burghers, it's getting more difficult to source super hyper locally.
Mm-hmm.
So we just decided the beginning of last year, or middle of last year, I can't remember, to go into like a big box company, first time ever, with the idea that they would source our ingredients 600 miles around, which is considered local, I guess. So we still do that. We still get beef from PA, Jersey, and New York. We buy all of our cheese comes from Ohio. Potatoes come from all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
We do
not just Idaho.
Yeah, not just Idaho. We do what we can to keep that a part of who we are. Mm-hmm. It's more about it's still within that 600 mile range, but it's also as fresh as possible, grown sustainably. We still continue to use linens, so we're not loading up the landfills.
Mm-hmm.
And we do things like that to kind of be a steward to the environment. Restaurants destroy the environment, the chemicals that we use, and the dish cleaning, everything that's involved is harsh.
Yes.
So we do our best to kind of keep it as clean and as healthy as possible.
I know we had switched to those straws. They're like the agave straws.
Yeah.
So they're like biodegradable,
Mm-hmm.
which not everybody thinks about stuff like that. But a few weeks ago when I worked a serving shift, a woman said to me when I brought out the to-go container, she said, "Thank you so much for using these paper containers. We really appreciate it." And I mentioned the straws to her, and she's like, "That's wonderful." And I said, "Yeah, it is. They're so conscious of that, and in the restaurant industry, that's so important. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. You and Michelle made that decision. So I think that's really important, and a lesson to other people out there that it's possible to take just a little extra step to ensure our environment is, which it needs a lot more love these days. I feel like, I don't know if we're past the point of no return or
We might be.
We might very well be.
It costs a little more, but it's worth it. At Delaterra, everything that except for the things that come from Italy is from local farmers.
Yes.
So we still do that there.
So what's your personal favorite item on the menu, and has it changed over the years?
It changes all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's
Well, you're always curating new.
Yeah. So right now, the patty melt is up there high on my list of delicious. This hamburger here, this Forest Hills, which is going to come back on the menu in our next print, is my favorite, one of my favorites. I did this based on a dish that we make at Delaterra. It's called boscaiolo, and it is like essentially the sauce of the woodsman's wife. I know that's not like a real thing, but in American culture, that's kind of how we translate boscaiolo. It's all the things found in the forest. Pork, and that sauce, it's pork, cream, honey, mushrooms. Well, I made that a hamburger.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It's so good.
We made it for a special, and one of the teachers from Seneca Valley ordered it, and it was like, that was it. That's all she wrote. Michelle was like, "It's never going to sell. Who wants honey on a hamburger? You're dumb." And it's like, it blew up.
You're like, everybody wants honey on a hamburger. Everybody does, apparently.
That's a sleeper, and if you ask for it, we'll make it for you.
It's funny that you just said sleeper, because my next question is, are there any sleeper hits on the menu that people don't order enough but absolutely should?
The Polish Hill.
So what's the Polish Hill?
It's a burger with a pierogi on it.
Stop it. What kind of pierogi? What kind of pierogi?
Oh man, we use the people who make them. The name of the company is skipping my brain at the moment.
Okay.
But they are made in a facility that hires deaf people. They're made with they're made locally. They're made in the greater Pittsburgh area somewhere, and they're delicious. They're tinier than what we used to use. We used to use Pierogies Plus and McKee's Rocks, but we couldn't afford them anymore. We found these. Mm-hmm. The mission's amazing. There's like real there's like actual seasoning in the potatoes, and the potatoes aren't super creamy. They're like kind of chunky, and there's like cheese, and you could see it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It's good.
It's so good.
Okay, so I have to get that one. What's that one called again?
The Polish Hill.
The Polish Hill.
Easy to remember.
I mean, yeah, we're in Pittsburgh. That's genius.
My family comes into town like, "I want pierogies." Okay.
You're like, yeah,
fine.
Let's do that.
Easy.
Have you ever made pierogies? I'm
Absolutely.
sure that you've made.
We used to make them for burgers, and then that became insane.
Well, that's a huge task. I mean, you have to factor how many. I mean, we were just talking about French fries because they were cutting fries before we started recording, and you said what, like 400 pounds probably a day?
Today, yeah. Today. Tomorrow it'll go up maybe 100 pounds, and because.
Oh geez, weekends are probably insane. So, what's the most unexpected challenge you faced in building this business?
2025 has been an unexpected challenge. So many crazy things have happened. We got through COVID easily. We worked our butts off. Mm-hmm. And we decided to build this amazing brewery in Millville. You know, we brought the brewery on in 2018. That's not right. 2017. My business partner now, we found this guy, Neil Glauser. He's incredible.
Yeah. I've met Neil, yeah.
That was a big leap for us, and it paid off, and he's done so well. We figured it was time to play with the I don't know, the big boys in Pittsburgh. I'm not sure what that means, but we have a big brewery,
Yeah.
a massive one. It's 15 barrels. Like I said earlier, it's 14,000 square feet restaurant, brewery, outdoor space. Building that almost killed us. We hired the wrong contractor. It was bad, as bad as you could ever imagine. To give you a good example, we were supposed to open June of 2024. We just opened in February, and that June date was our drop dead final. No matter what happens, we're open. So we were supposed to open the first quarter of 24. So we opened the first quarter of 25. Cost us every part of what we've built financially, both in the business and personally. That was a big one. Yeah, that was a challenge. That was a big challenge for Burghers. And then obviously the passing of Michelle, my ex-wife, was insane as well for Della and for our company. I mean, we built this 15 years. We'll be 15 July.
So you're
tomorrow.
coming up on, are you kidding me?
July 10th, 15 years. Yeah, we're going to celebrate next month.
So 15 years, Burghers and Delaterra?
Delaterra will be 13. No, 12.
12. Whoa, 15 years. Well, here for you. Hold on. I'm like flipped all around. So my board, I have buttons that I can push, which is really cool. Everybody gets the applause.
That's cool. Yeah.
I don't have anybody on that doesn't deserve the applause. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. I think what people need to understand, especially about any restaurant, but what I've recognized, and I've worked in restaurants in New York City. I worked at a Double Eagle Steakhouse that was catty corner from Radio City Music Hall, and the attention to detail that goes into everything. I've never worked at Burghers, but my assumption is it's the same.
I hope so.
Exactly the same is just astounding to me. And I think that anyone who has never stepped foot into Delaterra needs to make that a priority. I think new people come there all the time. That's one of the things I always say when I walk to a table is, have we been here before? And if they haven't, I explain, pasta's made fresh daily. Everything is made fresh to order. We pride ourselves in, our sourdough starter that we use for all of our breads. We don't bring bread to the table for that reason. So if you want bread, I encourage you to order bread. These are your options. Like, I like to make sure that people feel like they're getting the whole rundown and giving them top service. But I feel like that's something that when you work there, it just automatically happens. You have pride. I've worked in enough restaurants to know, like, sometimes you're like, you're just coming, you're doing your job, you're getting it done. But there, it was just different. There's something different about it. It's very special about it. So
that was the point.
It's going to thrive. People talk about Delaterra and Pittsburgh. I mean, if you opened to Delaterra in Pittsburgh,
yeah, maybe one day.
You've expanded multiple locations, as you've said. And how do you keep the core values consistent across different spots?
We try to teach our DNA to every single person, which is also getting increasingly difficult. We took a massive hit after COVID for our employees. There's definitely been a shift in the way, including myself, the way we think about work, I think, these days. Everybody is struggling through something, it seems like. And it's hard to leave that at home. And nobody wants to put up with cranky customers. Why would you?
Yeah.
People are outrageous at times. We have a pretty good policy for that, though. If you don't like it, just go away. Don't treat our staff poorly, because we're just going to ask you to leave anyways. The staff set tends to like that a little bit. They like that we have their backs. I mean,
honestly, that's a rarity.
Well, it's always like, I'm gonna stick up for my staff member first, we'll fix your problem. And if they messed up, then we'll deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's like the hair in my food thing. 99.9% of the time, it's like your own hair. And I don't have any hair, but if I cooked your food and you bring out you pull out this like bright pink long hair, and you have bright pink long hair, you can't blame it on me.
Yes. Well, what people don't understand is no one ever intentionally is doing anything to get hair in the food.
No.
We all
It's not a thing.
Have
we don't
our
throw
hair
food on the floor.
We don't
do that.
we don't like brush our hair. We're not touching our hair. None of that's happening. It happens. It just happens.
Things happen. Mistakes happen. That's the challenge. I mean, the challenge is is kind of teaching the passion or letting it bleed over into the staff and the clientele. It's just been difficult.
Well, speaking of challenges, how long ago was it that you held your drag brunch, and how many of those have you hosted? Was that the only one that you did?
No, we just did. We do a lot. We do them all the time.
I feel like you do them all the time, but I specifically was like, yes, this is amazing, because
it was amazing.
To me, it's your way of saying we are all inclusive. We welcome everyone. We love everyone. We want people to feel accepted and appreciated and welcomed. And it's a very simple solution to anyone who had an issue with that. Just don't come here that day.
Yeah. Everyone is so divisive. It doesn't really make any sense. I think it comes from like a total lack of education on the subject. Yeah, we had a drag show in Zeli at our location here, and it caused some unbelievable unnecessary drama. I don't even know how else to say it.
Well, the keyboard warriors came.
Yeah, like drag queens don't hurt anybody.
Nope.
They don't do anything except for entertain, and
they literally promote love and entertainment and joy and happiness and singing and dancing and beauty.
Well,
yeah,
when you don't know, you don't know. And it's so easy to be negative and hateful instead of like understanding what's happening.
1,000%.
It was an amazing show. It was probably our best one ever. I mean, the news was here. There were like, it was crazy.
Yeah. Are you going to do another one here at this location?
Here's the thing. Everything is so like we had people trying to like shut us down like forever, like take our liquor license for pornography. Like, I don't even know how drag and pornography are the same.
Yeah, you're like, that's not what's happening.
But everything is just so crazy. I don't know that it's worth the uproar in Butler County that we got. I mean, people still talk about it. People still don't come in because they don't know what they're talking about. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, we're not here for you. We're here for everybody else.
Absolutely. And that's, to me, it's sad because the lack of willingness to just sit down and have a conversation with someone or do your research or maybe just come to a drag show sometime.
Yeah,
just come.
Have a blast.
And have a blast.
We had some really good conversations. Some people were interested in it, and it was nice, honestly, educational even, and welcome.
Yeah. Well, welcoming, I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And if you've ever met a drag queen, they're super welcoming and so fun.
Right.
I went to the Pride night a few years ago, Penguins game. I was invited by some friends, and it was so fun.
It's a blast.
It was such a blast. And I have so many friends that are part of the LGBTQ plus A. I know that they've changed those acronyms a lot. And what I can say to everyone is I've never had a situation where I've ever felt unsafe with a drag queen or with a gay person or with a lesbian or with someone who's trans or non-binary. I've never felt unsafe.
Yeah.
I've never felt threatened or like I couldn't be myself around them. And that's what people, I think, miss, is that I'm very much that way too. Like, I meet people who are completely opposite, and I was like, I may not agree with your beliefs, especially right now. However, it's not for me to judge why you've come to this conclusion, but maybe we can actually have a conversation and understand each other a little bit more. And maybe something that I will say will make you think, oh, that's an interesting perspective. And I'm just I'm so confused as to why more people aren't willing to do that. I think that's what we need to be doing. I know I'm not changing my moral compass because that's what I'm focused on.
I mean, it's for the staff. Like, we want our staff to feel included.
Yes.
That's it. Like, staff says, let's do a drag show. We're doing a drag show.
Absolutely. So a favorite memory or moment that reminds you why you do this? Because it is a really tough industry to work in.
We're going to getting so much more tough. There's a lot of things, when employees get to move on to like their dream, or when people say working in the restaurant specifically for you gave me like the discipline I needed to get through my life. I mean, we're pretty disciplined here. I don't mess around a lot. There's a job to be done. Customers are happy. Like, one thing that comes to mind is when like someone who's much older than me, much older, eats like a hamburger or something and is like, this is what I remember my childhood tasting like. I'm like, holy crap. Yeah.
Like homemade burgers.
Yeah. Like we're not doing anything that anybody else is not doing. We put a little bit of pride and care into it. I think we do it right, but it's an old fashioned burger and that's the point of it. Hearing that, like, that's great. The staff members buy houses or new cars. Like, these are the things that this is what I want to do.
Absolutely.
I want to teach people how to cook or do anything. It's not just the restaurant. That's like what it is, but we do so much.
Do you ever have like a dream collab chef or restaurant if you were to open something else?
Yeah, I mean, right now, Hamburger America, George Mott's, that I want to hang out with that guy and make hamburgers with him someday. That'd be super cool. George Mott's Hamburger America. He does something different. He does like hamburgers from all over the country, maybe all over the world, and he features them in his restaurant. And he dedicated his life to hamburgers, like literally dedicated his life to hamburgers.
Wow, cool.
I've done a lot of the things I wanted to do for the Italian chefs. And I'm kind of out of that restaurant at the moment. I help Joey, who's Michelle's brother, run that space. But my focus is burgers. So yeah, George Mott's, let's go.
Okay, George Mott's.
I think that's how you say his last name.
One ingredient you can't live without. One. I
mean, I love basil so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just goes on everything. We used to do hamburgers with basil, and like, I love it in my pasta.
Okay, yeah, do that.
My pizza, like, we used to be on the Pittsburgh, basil, so good.
Yes. Okay, basil. And what's the weirdest burger topping that actually works?
So here's the thing. No one orders it. It makes me angry. It comes on the menu. It goes away. It's so silly. But like, when people eat it, they're like, holy smokes. Yeah, why don't I eat this every day? I don't know. Eat it every day. And I'll put it back on the menu. And that's cream cheese. The animal burger, the Southside burgers, our burger with originally was tomatoes, jalapenos, cream cheese, basil, onions.
What?
Delicious. Sometimes.
What kind of onions? Is it just like
white? The white.
Raw white.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you get really crazy, you can put Italian dressing on there. And this is a burger.
Oh my gosh.
That I learned that it was a sandwich from a Jewish delicatessen in New York, which was a long day. We still don't remember where we got it.
You're like, but I had it, and I remember what it tasted like, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and I remember eating the rest of it when we woke up in the morning. It was a crazy story. We were staying at the Mandarin Oriental, and I was with Ron Molinaro, my old boss, and we were eating. I was like, I'm making this a hamburger as soon as we get home. And I did.
And it was delicious.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm going to need to have one of those too. So.
Okay.
At some point. At some point. Like, not today, obviously. Define success for yourself and for your team.
I don't know. Happiness, like, you for the team, if they want to show up for work every day, I think that's probably pretty good. For me, I haven't decided what that means for me yet. I'm still kind of like searching for that. When I can take a step back and look at the things that we've created, which we haven't been able to do in the last 15 years, and kind of absorb that, then maybe that would be success, but I have no idea.
Okay.
Literally no clue.
That's kind of fun though, isn't it? Not knowing.
I'm okay with it. People are like, you're so successful. I'm like, God, am I? I hate that word. What do you mean?
Why do you hate that word?
I don't know.
Do you feel like there's too much pressure with that word?
Well, like, what is success? Like, what does it mean? I have everything I want. I always have.
Well, that's success.
I grew up poor. I had everything I wanted.
Well, then that's
Like, I'm just, happy. Like, life is.
I mean, four locations.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
in a small
anything can happen
brewery
tomorrow.
That's true, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
look at where you started.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I just, if I could, a success for me would be to, like, everyone just loves to work for us and they never leave and they're happy and they make a living and they're happy and they make a living.
I think that's really what it's about. And good food.
Yeah. And they're happy.
Food brings me joy.
Yeah. I mean, I eat a lot, get a lot of joy out of eating.
Yes. Same. Well, I think we should eat these burgers. Is there anything else that you want to share? I mean, I know we have some beer sitting on the table here that we're not drinking, just by the way, in case anybody's like, is she drinking while she's working?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
We would be drinking if you could drink while we work.
We would be, but it's also like
we're good employees. Yeah.
So we've got a lager and we have a Pils.
I mean, this is what we do.
Yeah, this is what you do.
This is what Neil brews.
These are cool cans, man.
He does an unbelievable job. We love lager beers. And he's like kind of changed the dynamic of burgers, which has been really cool. He won a silver medal with GABF for a smoked Hellas last year. And with this new brewery, I would imagine he's going to win more medals.
Yeah.
He's so talented. I love him so much.
That's great. Well, hey, congratulations, and let's further success of Burghers and your brewery and eating these burgers.
Okay.
And these fries. I'm going to have to try some mayonnaise on my fry because I've never done that. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
And
this is cool.
That's it. Yeah, okay. Man. Just a little beep.
Yeah.
For the people that I care about. Thank you for tuning in to Alter Eagle. Join me every Monday for a new episode, and be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Follow us on Instagram at Alter Eagle Podcast. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, stay kind.